Hey, I'm Bryan Todd, writer-producer. What's up? promoitUP.
Okay. Who are some of the artists you would like to work with?
That I'd like to work with that I haven't?
Yes.
Gosh, that's a good question. I think I would love to work with Brittany.
Yeah,
Brittany would definitely
really
be at the
amazing.
top of my list. Let's see, who else? Gosh, Enrique, actually. I really like Enrique Iglesias' music.
Yeah.
So I think he'd be one of them. What, are you interested by that question?
I'm listening to your answers.
Yeah, we're judging your answers.
This is the peanut gallery over here.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hi.
Say your name.
My name is Jimmy Robbins.
And, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
His name is Jimmy Robbins, and I'm Anthony, and I play in a band called Action Item.
These are awesome artists that I'm working with right now, so you guys gotta check them out.
What are some of the qualities a hit song must possess? Like,
Hit song. You need to know the song, like, I would say the first 30 seconds you need to be able to, like, hum along with it, sing along with it, bob your head with it, you know? It just needs that, like, memorable part, you know? Exactly.
what schooling does a producer have to go through?
Schooling, you know what's interesting about schooling? Sometimes you go to school for music, like music production or engineering, and then a lot of the people that I know that have done that, you have to unlearn everything they just taught you. So I didn't really have any formal training as a producer. I started out as an artist first, and then a songwriter, and then just kind of found my way into production. And I've learned just by doing it. So I think that's the best way to do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are the steps to producing a song?
Steps to producing a song. I mean, basically, we're like songwriters. So at the start, it's all about the song. So we just like sit down and come up and brainstorm about an idea, and then it's basically having that vision for that song, and you know what this guitar part's gonna sound like, what this keyboard part's gonna sound like. We even were like today, like figuring out.
You said you didn't have schooling. Did you have like a mentor or someone you were like, I want to be like that? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. One of my biggest mentors, good question, is Max Martin, who did a lot of the Britney stuff, Backstreet stuff, and I've actually worked with a lot of his camp. I worked with a lot of the Swedish producers, so really my schooling was working with some of them and seeing what they do, because they are so good at, like, especially like that pop hook, you know, that you just hear on the radio one time and you're like already singing and humming it. So he's definitely one of my mentors, and I've learned a lot, actually.
Would you say you do like mostly pop music?
Yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And like stuff that plays on Kiss FM is pop music. However, it's, you know, Use Somebody.
Yeah.
It's, you know, 3 by Britney.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
different.
Under that pop moniker, I think that you can have pop rock, you can have pop R&B, or
Okay.
whatever.
Who's been one of your favorite people to work with?
You have to.
Jimmy Robbins, man. He's awesome. He's so awesome. Well, we're working with Jimmy. Let me just put a little plug in. Jimmy and I co-wrote the song that I'm producing for Miley right now. So that's awesome.
That's gonna be awesome.
That's gonna be slamming. And then you know, one of the first artists that I worked with when I flipped over from songwriting into producing was Ashley Tisdale, and she was really awesome and really fun to work with. She's always energetic.
Yeah. How did you break into the business?
Like I said, I started as an artist. You mean like how did I like become an artist and get
like-
songs out on the radio or
Yeah.
like that? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at the beginning, I really didn't know that much about the business whatsoever. I just knew that I had a talent, and I just kind of went and recorded my own song, and then was able to like get it on the radio through radio promoters. But then, you know, moving on from an artist thing, you know, it was just about writing songs and kind of finding people. Like, I would just be tenacious, you know, and just finding people to listen to them. And I think that's like one thing that you really need in this business. You like really have to want it, and you have to just get out there and just like, you know, get in people's faces, not like, you know,
Not
like a bad
annoying.
way, exactly,
Yeah.
where they're going to be like, okay, enough. But, you know, just really believe in what you have and stuff, you know. And for me, it was like a slow process. I was not like an overnight person, you know. It was like I took years and years and years, and you know, have that job on the side and still doing music before it could become just a music thing. So yeah.
What is your favorite thing about producing?
I think just like, again, it's kind of, to use today as an example, it's like at the beginning of the day we had nothing. There was no riff, there was, no beat, there was no, musical idea. It was just a blank canvas. I think it's to take that blank canvas and just like totally make it into something.
Yeah. Being
That's-
creative.
Yeah.
How does it feel when you hear one of the songs that you produce on the radio?
Awesome. That's still like, I get so excited about that. Like, do you, like when you hear your stuff? Like, he's on Radio Disney.
Yeah,
right
like
now.
how does it feel when you hear yourself like on the radio? Like you're like,
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like, it's pretty cool. It's nice to know that people care about what you're doing because music is so important to, I would assume everyone else, but to me in particular when I make it, it's very important. And so it's nice to see that people care and they want to hear it and actually get to hear it because for a long time I was writing songs and nobody got to hear them. And, it's just nice to share yourself with people.
For a while, it's like just on your laptop. You're like, oh, this song would
Yeah,
be
my friend.
awesome if it was out,
my friend's in that phase right now. Tiffany
Yeah,
Thornton.
and that's frustrating when
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like just on your laptop. You know what I'm saying? But then,
And you're like just showing it to your friends. You're like, listen to this. Isn't this so cool? And you're like,
yeah,
This shit's my
exactly.
dad. It's
Yeah,
like, Dad, this is great,
your
right?
mom. Yeah, I
It's like,
suppose my mom for me.
It's
Yeah.
great.
it's great. Yeah. Name high.
But yeah, no, I remember the first time that I remember the first time I heard myself as an artist, and that was sweet. But now, just hearing other people sing your songs all over the place is awesome. Or, we've had stuff like TV shows, and it's just fun.
Which do you get more out of, being an artist or being a producer, songwriter?
For me, it's producer-songwriter. That's like, when I always loved being an artist and being out on stage, but when I made that switch, it was like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be, Because like I said, I did all sides, the artist, songwriter, singer, whatever, and I can sing, so I sometimes sing to the singer what they should be singing.
Yeah.
So it's a good connection for me. I like doing that and kind of just, somebody who doesn't really have a direction and needs a direction, it's cool to kind of like help them find that.
Yeah.
Not say, okay, this is what I think you should do, but say, hey, this is kind of what I hear you doing.
Yeah.
And then kind of help them find themselves really, find
Yeah.
what they should be doing.
What advice do you have for somebody looking into this as a career path?
Just really work hard. You need to be able to just put in the hours and hours of of what it's going to take. I think some people they want it as a career path, but they don't really know how hard it is and how hard we work. And not just be like wow, how hard we work. I mean, it's a fun job at the same time. Sometimes it doesn't even feel like work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you really have to put in a lot of time. Like I said, sometimes to even get it off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Even to have people know who you are and what you're doing. And then to, really get to the next level.
Have you worked with anyone recently or heard of anyone who you just think is going to be the next big thing? Like you're just waiting for them to go places?
I'm actually developing a band right now called the Memphis Rascals. I think that they are going to be the next, the next really huge thing, pop country thing. If there was a male Taylor Swift doing that, they're from Memphis and they've got kind of that soul.
That because they're on their own TV show now and all that kind of.
They're great. All the guys are really awesome. I was actually working with them very early. Nickelodeon hired me to kind of help be one of the studio guys, working with the band, saying this guy can sing, this guy can't.
Yeah.
Actually through the audition phase
Yes.
even. And so that was really fun because I got to see
It'd be
hundreds
cool.
of guys
Oh, yeah.
coming in to do it, and then see the guys that got picked, to be in the group, and Kendall and James and Logan and Carlos, and they're really, really awesome. They're just great guys, but they can all really sing.
That's
You know how there's some boy bands
Where,
where one dude can sing,
yeah.
and the rest are just hi, look cute,
Background
kind of thing.
vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're all really, legit, which is cool.
That's really good.
Yeah.